All right, guys, we are on my favorite and least favorite unit to teach. This one, la familia, the family, is great and awful all at the same time. Some people have awesome families, and some people have awful families, right? Some people have really supportive people in their families, and other people don't. But I think that a family is what you make it, all right? Your family, for this case, does not have to be blood, okay? You can tell me that your mom is Beyonce and your dad is Drake. You can tell me that your uncle is the band teacher. I don't care. You can tell me that your sister is your best friend or your cousin is actually your best friend or whatever, you know? It doesn't matter. Family for this unit is whatever you make it. I'm not going to fact check it, okay? It is whatever you make it. Okay. So, we are going to go through the vocabulary for the family. And it's pretty easy. Okay, I tried to group things in like a logical order, but sometimes in a family tree it gets a little bit messy. All right, so just work with me here. So the directions say, using the information below, fill in the Spanish word for each family member. And remember, this is pasted in backwards, so that way I can grade it a little bit easier. All right, so the word for grandfather and grandmother, are going to be very, very similar. So let's scroll down. And we have these cute little family pictures, okay? We have el abuelo or la abuela. So el abuelo is the grandfather and la abuela is the grandmother. So we're going to go ahead and type those up here. And I'm going to include the el and la just because I'm extra. So el abuelo and la abuela. Okay. Sometimes you might hear people say like abuelito or abuelita. That ito or ita ending, it's spelled I-T-O or I-T-A, just makes something cute and little on the end, and I just think it's adorable. The words for father and mother, let's go ahead and scroll down. We have the father, el padre, and the mother, la madre. We'll go ahead and type those. So el padre and la madre. Now you can see here that abuelo and abuela, they just have one letter different. And el padre and la madre just have one letter different as well. The next ones we'll go with our son and daughter. Okay, son and daughter, we have right here el hijo for the son and la hija for the daughter. Now people tend to mess up this pronunciation a little bit. J's are pronounced like H's in Spanish, and H's are silent. So it's pronounced hijo, not hijo, or however else you would try to pronounce it. Hijo and hija, all right? So son is el hijo, and daughter is la hija. Again, only one letter difference there. Hijo, hija, right? And we've talked about masculine and feminine before. If it ends in an O, it's masculine or male, okay? If it ends in an A, it is feminine or female. So this is going to follow suit through the entire process for this whole list, okay? The next ones we have are brother and sister. Brother and sister, we have el hermano for the brother and la hermana for the sister. So brother is el hermano, and the sister is la hermana. Again, one letter difference. Hermano, hermana, right? One letter different. The next ones we have are uncle and aunt. Now, up north, we say aunt. Some people say aunt. Like my friend from Minnesota says aunt, but it's just weird to me. And some people say auntie. Some people, my daughters call one of their aunts TT. So like there are a whole bunch of different words that you would call your aunt and uncle. Okay, so just work with me. Whatever you call your aunt, TT, whatever you call them, just know that in Spanish there's one word. Okay, so uncle and aunt are down here. They're tío and tía. There's a typo on this. Oh, okay. So el tío means the uncle, and la tía means the auntie, TT, whatever. So el Tío. Now, when I said that there's a typo, that's because there's supposed to be an accent. So I'm going to go up here to insert, symbol, more symbols, and I'm going to find the Latin small letter I with acute. It's the second one, all right? And I'm going to go ahead and insert and close. So the uncle is el tío, and the aunt is tía. So what I'm going to do is, since I know that inserting a symbol takes a lot more clicks than copying and pasting, I'm going to copy the word tío. So I'm going to double click and highlight really quickly. Control C to copy. And for auntie, I'm going to type la, and I'm going to paste tío, take off the O, and put an A instead. So el tío and la tía are uncle and aunt. Now for me, it's really weird to say uncle and aunt. I always say aunt and uncle. I don't know if anyone else does that. It's like, to me, it's like backwards, like saying jelly and peanut butter sandwich. No, it's peanut butter and jelly, right? So it's like, it's weird to say uncle and aunt, and I don't know if I'm just crazy. All right, the next ones we have cousin male and cousin female. So let's go down here. And we have el primo for the cousin and la prima for the cousin. Whoa, very tricky down here. So, but we've already discussed the O and the A. O is for males, A is for females. We know this already. All right, so we're gonna go up here, and I'm gonna type el primo for the male cousin and la prima for the female cousin. All right, last one here in this section, we have nephew and niece. Again, this is so weird to me. To me, I always say niece and nephew, but I tried to keep it male, female, male, female, male, female throughout this entire thing, just so that way it was an easy pattern for you. All right, so nephew and niece are down here. We have el sobrino for the nephew and la sobrina for the niece. So, oops, I'm gonna type el sobrino for the nephew and la sobrina for the niece. Now, when I was learning Spanish, I always mixed up the word for cousin and niece and nephew. The way that I remember it now is that you always want to stay sober around your niece and nephew. So, S-O-B-R, sober, for your niece and nephew, okay? I don't know why. Sometimes I come up with ridiculous memory tricks, okay? So, for that entire list, we had el abuelo, la abuela for grandfather, grandmother. El padre, la madre for father and mother. El hijo, la hija for son and daughter. El hermano, la hermana for brother and sister. El tío, la tía for uncle and aunt. El primo, la prima for male cousin and female cousin. And el sobrino, la sobrina for nephew and niece. I'm going to go ahead and change the language on this so that way it doesn't, oh, what did I do? That way it doesn't say that they're spelled wrong. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to this spelling. I'm going to push down this little arrow, and I'm going to say set language. And then I'm going to scroll to Spanish, and I really like the international sort. I don't know why. I'm going to click OK. Ta-da! It's done correctly. Now, if you didn't add an accent on tío and tía, then this would show you that you had those spelled incorrectly. All right? So then we're going to go ahead and answer these 5 questions. Ooh, you know what? Let's change this language to Spanish as well. This will probably be done on your assignment, so don't worry. Sorry. Just giving you a second to breathe. Oh gosh. There we go. Okay, so the first question, sorry they're not numbered, I will number them now. Question number 1 says, ¿Cuántos tíos y tías tienes? So how many, ¿cuántos is how many, tíos, uncles, y tías, and aunts, tienes, do you have? Okay, so the directions, which I forgot to read, said answer each of the following questions in a complete sentence in Spanish. If you don't know the exact number, that's okay. Just guess, okay? And in order to keep it easy on you, I'm not even going to make you type the number in Spanish. I'm just going to let you type the numeral. That's all right. So let's see. ¿Cuántos tíos y tías tienes? First, you're going to say I have. And if you think back for the word I have, it is tengo. Oh, not tengo. Tengo. Then you're going to put a number there. Check me out using algebra. Okay, replace X with a number. And then we're going to say tíos. And because it has an accent, and the accents are a pain in the tuchus, I'm going to go ahead and copy. So I'm going to highlight it, Control C to copy, Control V to paste. So I have a certain number of uncles and a certain number of aunties. Again, I'm just going to copy it. So double click, Control C, come over here, Control V. Okay? So I have X number of uncles and X number of aunts. Just fill in a number. If you have like 70 uncles and like 3 aunts, cool. Just put numbers in there. Make sure you're filling in those blanks. If you write X's, I'm gonna mark it wrong. Okay? So, maybe you need a second to think about it. That's okay. Think about it. I'm gonna put in a no-no box over here that's like, hey, don't copy my answers. Can I do that? Maybe you're still thinking about how many uncles and aunts you have. Oh, my Lanta. All right. Just ballpark it. It's all right if it's not perfect. I'm not calling your mom to like check and see how many uncles and aunts you have. Just ballpark it. Question number 2. ¿Cuántos hermanos y hermanas tienes? How many hermanos, hermanos is up here, brothers, y hermanas, sisters, tienes, do you have? Ooh, all right. So we're going to go ahead and copy this, brothers and sisters, right? Make it a little bit easier on ourselves. First, we're going to say I have, tengo. And then however many siblings, however many brothers you have. Okay. Tengo blank hermanos y blank hermanas. Ooh, you know what? I'll go ahead and put my answers. Tengo, how many uncles do I have? Wait. This is hard. Okay. Denny and Robert. And then Jeff and Randy, and then Scott. Oh, and Mike. I think 6. I think I have 6 uncles. And okay, I don't think I have the same number of aunts. I have Katie, Teresa, Kelly, Jen, Lynn, April. I think I missed somebody. We're gonna go with 6. Maybe I do have the same number. Okay. For me, for my siblings, I don't have any brothers. I have 0 brothers. Okay. So my answer is gonna say tengo 0 hermanos. Y how many sisters do I have? Technically, I only have half sisters. Just work with me. Okay. We're not worried about the half and the steps and the whatevers. It doesn't matter, okay? Just call them all sisters. Technically, I have 4 sisters. All half sisters. Okay. Ooh, that was hard. Question number 3. ¿Cuántos primos y primas tienes? So how many? ¿Cuántos is how many? Primos, male cousins, and primas, female cousins, do you have? Now this one always cracks me up because people are like, I don't even know how many I have. I don't know. Ballpark it. I'm not calling anybody to check, okay? So you're gonna say tengo a certain number of primos y a certain number of primas. For me, let's see, tengo, how many male siblings, or how many male cousins do I have? Byron? Oh man. They go by they. I think that would, okay. Byron, Austin, Hayden. I think I have 3 male cousins. All right, and then I think that I only have 2 female cousins. So these are my answers. Okay, so tengo 3 primos y 2 primas for me. These are not your answers. They're not the same. Okay? For real. Like, this needs to be huge right here. All right. Question number 4. ¿Tienes sobrinos y sobrinas? So tienes, do you have nephews and nieces? Ooh, do you? So you can tell me, yes, I have nieces and nephews. You can tell me, no, I don't have nieces and nephews. Or you can tell me, I have this number of nieces and this number of nephews, or nephews and nieces, since that's how it's worded, okay? So I'm going to give you your 3 choices here. If you don't have any nieces and nephews, you're going to say no. No tengo sobrinos y sobrinas. No, I don't have nieces and nephews. If you do have nieces and nephews, you're going to tell me, yes, I have nieces and nephews. Okay? Sí, tengo sobrinos y sobrinas. Yes, I have nieces and nephews. Or if you want to be cool and tell me how many you have, you can say tengo this number of sobrinos and this number of sobrinas. Okay, sorry, I don't know where I was. There was a knock at my back door, which was really weird. So we have tengo X number of sobrinos and X number of sobrinas. So I'll give you my answer. How many nephews do I have? I've got 2, my that sister, and then I have Salem. I have 3, tengo 3 sobrinos y 1, 2, 3. I have 3 sobrinas. Wow, I have a very even family. It's really strange. Okay. And then question number 5. This one makes me sad, but I mean, you know, life. ¿Tienes abuelos y abuelas? Do you have grandfathers and grandmothers? So for me, I don't have any grandmothers anymore, and it's sad. But I do still have my grandfathers. So we can answer this again, kind of like 3 different ways, just like we did from up here. Okay, so if you don't have any grandparents at all, you're going to tell me no. No tengo abuelos y abuelas. If you want to be technically grammatically correct, it would be no tengo abuelos ni abuelas, because like I don't have neither grandfathers nor grandmothers, nor being the operative word there. It's really weird. Don't worry about it. Okay. Oh no, don't do that. That was weird. Okay, or you can tell me, sí, tengo, I'm going to copy this again from up at number 4. Sí, tengo abuelos y abuelas. Or, if you want to tell me how many of each you have, you can tell me, tengo X number of abuelos y X number of abuelas. For me, I have, tengo 2 abuelos, abuelos y 0 abuelas. I don't got any grannies anymore. Whew, okay, so that is the entire assignment. It is linked, since it's in the class notebook, it should automatically save for you. Hopefully you have your own answers and you did not just type everything that I typed, because then that's cheating. Please do not type my answers. I don't think that everyone in here has 6 uncles and 6 aunts and no brothers and 4 sisters and 3 male cousins and 2 female cousins and 1 nephew and I'm sorry, 3 nephews and 3 nieces and 2 grandfathers and no grandmothers. That would be really, really weird. Then I would probably call your mom and be like, this doesn't make sense. Okay? So please, please, please make sure your answers are your own. And then go ahead and click turn in on the assignment.